Something's not quite right with Enisa, a rising Albanian singer. She's in the middle of a big problem. People are saying she copied music to make herself famous. This casts a shadow over her growing career. Her fans and the people who don't like her are arguing. This whole thing has started a big conversation about who owns music, how cultures affect each other, and what it means to be a true artist. Enisa, who came from a simple background in Albania, has always talked about her tough times. She often gets ideas from her Albanian heritage. Her music mixes traditional Albanian sounds with modern pop. This special style has made her famous around the world. But these recent problems could ruin all her hard work. These accusations against Enisa are serious. Copying music can be really bad for artists. It hurts their creativity and takes away the money they deserve. This whole situation with Enisa makes us think about the problems artists from smaller countries face. It also shows how complicated it is when cultures mix in the music world. This has caused a lot of talk on social media. Fans are defending Enisa, saying her unique sound and strong lyrics prove she's original. But the people who don't like her still aren't convinced. They point to parts of Enisa's music that sound like other artists. This shows how much fans care about music, and how important it is to respect who really owns the music. Music can connect people from different countries. It can bring cultures together. But there's a fine line between getting ideas and just copying, especially now with the internet. Artists can listen to music from all over the world. This can lead to people saying they're being disrespectful to other cultures and raise questions about who owns musical ideas. For artists from poorer countries, things are even harder. They often don't have the money or ways to share their work. This can make it easy for others to take advantage of them and hard for them to defend themselves when people say they copied. What's happening with Enisa shows that we need a fairer music industry. Copying other cultures in music is a tricky thing. It's about who has power, what happened in the past, and how artists express themselves. People say that borrowing from smaller cultures without giving credit is a kind of stealing. It can spread bad stereotypes and prevent artists from those cultures from getting the recognition they deserve. Enisa's situation touches on these sensitive topics. The accusations against Enisa, whether they're true or not, show the difference between rich and poor in the music business. Artists from developing countries often have a really hard time. They struggle to get noticed and paid. The internet, while helping them reach more people, can also make these problems worse. Their work can be stolen or ignored. This situation shows how important it is to help and protect artists from smaller, less wealthy places. Albania, a small country in the Balkans, has a rich musical history. Traditional Albanian music uses special instruments and singing styles. The country's difficult past, with lots of political problems and hard times, has shaped its music. Albanian artists often get their ideas from their culture and their own struggles. Enisa's music shows this rich tradition. Her songs often use Albanian folk music and talk about love, sadness, and never giving up. These ideas are important to Albanians everywhere. Her music has made many people feel proud and inspired, but Albania has big problems too. Many people are poor. It can be hard to get a good education and find good jobs. This has led to many talented young Albanians, like Enisa, leaving to find opportunities in other countries. People in Albania have different opinions about the accusations against Enisa. Some think she's being unfairly attacked because she's talented. Others worry about how this might make Albania look bad to the rest of the world. This situation shows how an individual's success can be tied to their country's image. It also shows the problems artists from developing countries face in the global music world. People are split about what's happening with Enisa. Her fans say she's a victim of her own success. They say her unique sound and strong voice prove she's original. They think the accusations are false, driven by jealousy or a misunderstanding of Albanian culture. But the people who don't like Enisa still aren't sure. They think the similarities between her music and other artists' music are too clear to ignore. They think she copied melodies, lyrics, or both. They want a serious investigation, believing that if she did something wrong, she should face the consequences. This whole thing shows that art is a matter of opinion. What one person thinks is original, another might think is copied. It also shows how hard it is to prove someone stole music. Music uses the same basic building blocks, scales, rhythms, and harmonies. It's hard to say where getting ideas ends and stealing begins. No matter what happens with Enisa, this situation reminds us how complicated the music industry is in today's world. It shows the need for understanding different cultures, respecting who owns music, and making sure artists from all backgrounds have a fair chance.